There's an Eitz Chaim and an Eitz Das. There's the tree of life and the tree of knowledge. And the truth of the matter is, probably the more important is the Eitz Chaim, the tree of life. We first have to be really living, and we have to be really alive. And it says in the Torah, B'chartem b'chaim, you should choose life. So we have to have sense. We're given choice and we're given free will. And God gives us all these blessings, and we have to choose to use them in a healthy, positive way that we live. The essence is living. There was another beautiful thing I was taught by my master, the Amshinover Rebbe, that I was so privileged to know when I came to Israel in '68. One of the last things he told me was that learning healing, learning medicine, learning to preserve life, that's learning Torah. Because that's what Torah is about, is how to live a fully and healthy life. And if you're not going to be alive, you're not going to be able to, live. Knowing how to live is huge. Having Das is a certain level of experiential wisdom. It's intellectual, it's wonderful. But first we have to be sure we're really living. My bar mitzvah portion talks about how we're like a tree planted by a stream, that our roots are drawing, even in times of drought. We're still, if we have our roots sunk deep, we'll still be nourished and we'll still be fruitful. So it's, we reach to heaven, and yet we have to sink our roots deep. And that's what human beings are. We're both aspiring to reach heaven, and we're drawing our light from, our energy is drawn from the light from heaven. And yet we have to sink our roots deep to draw the water that gives us life. It's a combination of the water and the light. It's both the heaven and the earth. And those two together bring forth life and fruit. It's a synthesis of heavenly light and earthly nourishment and water. And water, of course, is always referred to as coming from heaven, but yet we have to be grounded to bring it into this world. And that's our role, is being that bridge between heaven and earth as human beings. That's what we're doing, is we're connecting the two. And the physical and the spiritual.
When you identify with a tree, you're wishing your neshama to the higher worlds in all kinds of channels. And then when you do this, you produce flowers, blossoms. And then the blossoms turn into fruits. And fruits turn into seeds. And then they can reproduce trees by the thousands. So a tree is full of promise, just like we human beings are. We seem to be very helpless and weak, but we have seeds to spread to the world.